problem do you see on my screen right now? Do you see where it says 2105 videos in my watch later list on YouTube? It's up there. See it? YouTube is like my main. Ooh, look at center stage going. Ooh. YouTube though is my like main like learning content consumption platform, and it has been for me since like college, where I did not understand how to do calculus 2 for the life of me, and I was going into a final, was going to fail. And I remember distinctly like the first time doing this, like, all right, I'm going to learn all there is to learn about calculus 2, and I'm going to do so on YouTube, and I'm going to learn it all tonight in one night, and I'm going to rock this final to pass the class. Sure enough, I did that. I watched about like 8 hours of series and sequences stuff, passed the final, and somehow with like a D going into the final, got an A in the class. So like blew it out of the water. And I have done this continuously, just like whatever stuff I want to learn, throw into my watch later list, and I'll get to it eventually when I'm doing chores or whatever. List how much like learning actually happens these days. And it's still like the main form for me where I like ingest a lot of content. I've had for a minute like on my to-do list, like some kind of way to figure out some kind of way to get AI to do some summarizing for me so I can start clearing out some of this content out of this watch later list that I've accumulated 2,105 videos in. And there's some like paid subscription things that will do this for you with like AI. And the thing right now is that I cannot afford those as much as I would like to use them and try them out, whatever. I cannot afford them. So I wanted to keep whatever solution summarize these videos for me like cheap. And originally I was like thinking, well, maybe I can like figure out a way to like pull the transcript and pipe that into Claude or ChatGPT or something, and figure out some coding tricks to do that for me. But then I remembered I had watched a video a while ago about a dude who created this tool called Fabric. This, I think his name is Daniel Miessler. Missler. It's self-described as Fabric is an open source framework for augmenting humans using AI. Love it. So there was some setup involved in this. I had to create a bunch of API keys, blah 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 blah. Install Go, which I had not installed previously. But after I got through all of that, this is not a how to install Fabric video. This is how Adam decided to use Fabric video. And so got it set up. Fabric works with these things called patterns, which are basically prompts to whatever model you want to talk to. And there's a really handy one in here called Extract Wisdom. So you can pipe it a YouTube video and it does publish transcript stuff in the background, but it does exactly that, extracts the wisdom. So one of the videos in my watch later list was this video by Gary Vee titled "This is what the future of social media and technology looks like." He was on the Creativo podcast. Not subscribed to that. Don't know what they produce normally, but I enjoy listening to Gary Vee stuff. However, bro is loquacious, okay? Right? This video itself, just by itself, is 53 minutes and 42 seconds long. And as of like last week, I have two jobs now. So I do not have the time to be watching 53 minutes of Gary Vee talking about the future of social media and technology. As much as I would like to listen to all of that and try to extract his nuggets of wisdom myself, I just don't have the time. So use this video as kind of a test in Fabric. So all that I needed to run after I installed Fabric was this command here, fabric-y for YouTube, and it gave it a link. So the CD4A is the link to this YouTube video here. And these two parameters, stream and pattern. Which pattern are we using? Extract wisdom. And then enter, and it sends it off and the models do their thing. And it spit out all the stuff to me, which I've copy pasted into a more readable format into my public Mind Palace on GitHub, and worked. Took 53 minutes of content and condensed it down into like 250 lines of text that I can read in a couple minutes. So worked exactly as designed. How accurate is the summary? Good enough. I'm just gonna read it and decide which to keep in here and what to just reference later if needed. But that best of all cost 7 cents in GPT token. No monthly subscription, but I can afford 7 cents. Awesome. Let's try it with a different one. Now, this more relates to my other channel, which I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more AI heavy things with like agents and whatnot. So there's this tool called N8N. Terrible name, but it's, from my understanding, like make.com, but local. You can run it local in a Docker container. Separate thing. So I'm interested in this, and I'll probably end up watching this 31 minutes of content here to figure out how to like get that up and running. But just to see since I'm going to watch this later and we can see how well the wisdom gets extracted here, let's try it with this one. So we need a link. So let's just do share. It's this part. We only need the first part of the link. So here we go. Just going to up arrow and paste that link in, the 7 and 5, and we're going to extract the wisdom. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Wisdom is coming. The models are giving you wisdom. So it goes for like this previous one took like a minute or something to go through. And I haven't configured Fabric yet to like pipe it just to a directory. So I'm going to copy paste. But like, look how well it's going. Here it goes. Gives me references, it gives me a takeaway, recommendations. This is all like defined in the pattern itself, but there it is. Let's see how long this one is. Let's just copy paste this into Obsidian, and it will be a new note for anyone who cares. And I'll link it properly and everything there. Let's see. Just copy to the summary, copy, give me a new file. Look at that, and paste. There it is. So this one ended up being, there's some line breaks in here, which I'm going to delete, but what this one ended up being 276 lines of width. Love it. I'm going to figure out a way to automate this so I can put a bunch of videos at the same time and have them all summarized and then, make it maybe a homework assignment for myself to read through the YouTube summaries that I had summarized. But wow, that is a huge problem solver for me. Thank you, Fabric.